the inward and outward electric flux from a closed surface in units of Newton meter square per coulomb were respectively 8 into 10 cube and 4 into 10 cube. Then the total charge inside the surface is. So here the inward flux is given and outward flux is given. And finally the net flux they're asking us to calculate. So what is the general formula to calculate the net flux? That is nothing but the outward flux minus inward flux. So that it will be net flux is equal to outward minus inward. Outward was given 4 into 10 power 10 cube minus inward is given 8 into 10 cube. Hence the resultant will be minus 4 into 10 cube. That is Newton meter square per coulomb. Okay, next. Question number 2. The charge Q is placed at the center of a cube. Then the flux passing through one face of cube will be. So, if I consider a cube here, in this particular case, the charge is placed at the center of the cube. And what is the flux through any closed surface? That is nothing but flux equal to Q by epsilon naught. But in this particular case, they're asking us to calculate only flux through one surface. Through all the 6 surfaces, it will be Q by epsilon naught. But through one surface only, it will be Q by 6 epsilon naught. Okay, that is the answer for the second one. Now, question number 3. If a spherical conductor comes out from the closed surface of the sphere, then total flux emitted from the surface will be. Just they're asking here only the formula, that is nothing but 1 by epsilon naught into the total charge enclosed by surface. It was given in the options here. So, next question number 4. The charge Q is located at the center of a cube. The electric flux through any phase, the same question as second one, that is Q by 6 epsilon naught only. And question number 6 here. Just a minute. Question number 5. Shown below is a distribution of charges. The flux of electric field due to these charges through the surface S is. The total flux they are asking here to calculate. So that will be here. One is these two charges. These two charges are inside this particular surface. Hence the total charge inside the surface is equal to 0. When the total charge inside is 0, then the flux through the surface also will be 0 here. And question number 6. Consider the charge configuration and a spherical Gaussian surface as shown in the figure. When calculating the flux of electric field over the spherical surface, the electric field will be due to. If you want to calculate only the flux, flux is only due to the charges inside the surface. But here they are not asking us to calculate flux. They are asking us to calculate electric field will be due to. Electric field will be produced due to any charge at any position here. So due to all the charges here, electric field will be produced. But if the flux only they give, then we can go through only the charges inside the surface. But it is electric field, so it is produced due to all the charges given. Next question number 7. An electric dipole is put in north-south direction in sphere filled with water. Which statement is correct given? Now question number 7. When dipole is placed in a complete sphere, what is the total charge on the dipole? Dipole means it is the configuration of two equal and opposite charges separated by a fixed distance. That means total charge of the dipole will be q minus q will be 0. Hence, even the dipole is placed inside anything, definitely finally the flux will be 0 only, since the total charge is 0. Next, question number 8. The electric flux for Gaussian surface that enclose the charged particles in free space is. So 3 charges were given, and Q1, Q2 and Q3 are given, and finally they are asking us to calculate the total electric flux only. So electric flux is nothing but total charge by epsilon naught, total charge enclosed by epsilon naught. So if we just write the same values, flux is nothing but total charge enclosed by epsilon naught. So here total charge will be. So what are the different charges given? The given charges are minus 14 nanocoulomb, 78.85 nanocoulomb, and minus 56 nanocoulomb. And by epsilon naught will be 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. According to this, minus 4 and minus 56 minus 70 plus 78.85, that means 8.85 into by 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. This will be simply 10 power 12. Of course, it is in 10 power minus 9 nanocoulomb is given. Na? So it is finally into 10 power minus 9. So then this also will be 10 power minus 9. Then the answer will be 10 cube only. Flux will be 10 cube Newton meter square by coulomb. Next, question number 9. The electric intensity due to an infinite cylinder of radius r and having charge q per unit length at a distance r from its axis. And as a particular point also was given, that is the smaller the distance is greater than the radius. So if I just consider a cylinder whose radius is capital R, but a small point is taken at a distance smaller from the wire. So it is just outside this wire, and if we just draw a Gaussian surface here, that also will be cylindrical. In such cylindrical Gaussian surface of a closed, by closing a cylinder here, then the same formula we can use what we already used for the wire, a long wire. So that electric field intensity is nothing but lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught R. So electric field intensity E is proportional to 1 by R. Now, question number 10. A sphere of radius r has a uniformly distribution of electric charge in its volume at a distance x from its center, and x is less than capital R. That means the point was taken inside the sphere. The electric field is directly proportional to. Okay. So inside a sphere was taken and it is uniformly distributed sphere. That means a non-conducting sphere or solid sphere you can consider, and this is the radius r, and a point inside should be taken. Already we derived the same thing, the same equation in regular classes. So what was the formula we got for the point inside a non-conducting or solid sphere? That is E is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q small r by capital R cube. So how it depends on small r? The variable distance. Of course, it was given x here in this particular case. So E is proportional to x, you can write. Now, question number 11. Figure above shows a closed Gaussian surface in the space of a cube of edge 3 meters length. So a Gaussian surface, closed surface was taken, a cubical shape, and whose length is 3 meters. There exists an electric field E equal to 2x plus 4i, 2x plus 4 into I cap, plus 8j cap, plus 3k cap, where x is in meters, in the region in which it lies. The net charge in coulombs enclosed by the cube is equal to. Okay. I will just write here the equation given for electric field. So here the equation given for electric field is E equal to 2x plus 4 into I cap plus 8j cap plus 3k cap. So this is given for electric field intensity. And finally, they're asking us to calculate the net charge enclosed by the cube. And if I just consider a cubical shape here, let me consider this is x-axis and this one is y-axis and this one z-axis. So first of all, here let me consider all the surfaces. If I can, let me consider this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. At this particular surface, EFGH first I consider. In the surface, at the surface, EFGH. At the surface, EFGH, how the direction of area here, the area direction is in along x-axis. So that just you can write area is nothing but here area is side square only, 9. And this is the direction along x-axis, so 9i cap. In this case, area is 9i cap, and flux, if you want to calculate, that is nothing but E bar dot A bar. And when you take dot product between these two, you will get the answer simply 2x plus 4 into 9 only. But what is the x position at this particular point? At this particular point, x position is 0. So if x position is 0, then this will be 4 into 9 only, which is equal to 36. Okay, now other surface I consider. The another surface is ABCD. In case of ABCD, what is the flux here? Here also the same thing, 2x plus 4 into 9. But what is the value of x here? This surface is at 3 meters distance from the horizon. So x will be 3. So 2 into 3, 6 plus 4, 10. 10 into 9. That will be 90 units. Flux is 90 units here. But the difference of these two flux you have to calculate. The amount of outward minus inward only you have to consider, so that the net flux is nothing but 96 units minus, 90 units minus 36 units. That will be finally 54 units. Of course, Newton meter square by Coulomb. So the total flux along this axis, it will be only 54 units. This is the net flux in that particular direction. Okay, now if this is the flux, what is the general formula for flux here? The very general formula for flux is Q by epsilon naught. So if it is Q by epsilon naught, Q by epsilon naught is 54. Then Q is 54 into epsilon naught. And finally the answer is 54 epsilon naught is the charge enclosed in the whole Q. Next, question number 12. Two very large thin conducting plates having small cross-sectional area are placed as shown in figure. They are carrying charges Q and 3Q respectively. The variation of electric field as a function at X will be best represented by. So the variation of electric field they are asking us to calculate here. Between long plates, we know that always the electric field does not depend on the distance, and the electric field is uniform over there. The same diagram we can take here. Okay. Now you see here. So if I just draw a graph between electric field intensity and the distance here. Between distance X and electric field intensity. See, at this particular point, this is positive charge only, no? So electric field is away from charge, here towards the charge. Here also, so here also away from the charge. So now, in this particular case, the electric field will be sigma by epsilon naught, of course. So here negative or positive, the direction along negative axis can be taken as negative direction. So electric field till the distance d will be negative, and in between the two plates, due to the first plate it is towards positive direction, due to second plate towards negative direction. But which effect is more? The second plate effect is more. Hence here the electric field intensity also will be negative. So then, and in this particular case only it is positive. This is positive here. Of course, till D it will be this one. And let me consider this is 2D and this is 3D. Of course, 2D to 3D it will be positive only. And in between these two. So see here, what is the value? This is Q by epsilon naught. This is 3Q by epsilon naught. It will be in the negative direction only. So from T to 2D also it will be negative. So just we can draw the graph like this. So see here, the resultant direction, if it is towards negative x-axis, that should be taken negative. If it is towards positive x-axis, that should be taken positive. And the resultant also you have to observe here, how much it will be, in what direction it will be. Based on that, you have to draw the graph here. Then question number 13. The cylindrical portion of radius r is removed from a solid sphere of radius capital R and uniform volume density in such a way that the axis of the hollow cylinder coincides with one of the diameters of the sphere. Then the electric field intensity at point A they are asking. So it is actually a complete solid sphere. In the complete solid sphere, a small part was cut in cylindrical shape, and this is the remaining part. And now with this remaining part, the electric field at point A only you have to calculate. Then it is very much simple that if it is a complete sphere, then whatever the electric field we have at this particular point, first we calculate, and then only due to the cylindrical part you have to calculate, and by removal of cylindrical part, the resultant electric field is the electric field due to the whole sphere minus electric field due to the small portion of the cylinder. So now, first of all, for the whole sphere, if you want to calculate, for the complete solid sphere, what is the general formula for complete sphere? Solid sphere at a point inside the solid they are asking. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q small r by capital R cube. And of course, you have to write everything in terms of rho only. So that what is rho? That is nothing but charge by volume. Charge by volume. That is 4 by 3 pi R cube. And finally here q is equal to 4 by 3 pi R cube into rho. Okay. Now if you substitute the same thing, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 4 by 3 pi R cube rho into small r by capital R cube. And then finally you will get here rho r by 3 epsilon naught. And by pi and pi will get cancelled, 4 and 4 will get cancelled, r cube and r cube will get cancelled. Finally, you will have only rho r by 3 epsilon naught. This is the total electric field intensity at a point inside due to a solid sphere of uniform charge density. And now we can go through the second part of the question. The second part is some part of the cylinder was removed. Some part of the sphere was removed in the form of cylinder. So what is the general formula for electric field due to cylinder? That is nothing but lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r. But here lambda we have to write in terms of rho only. So rho means volume charge density and lambda means linear charge density. So in terms of rho, if you want to write, that is rho into lambda is nothing but rho into area, that is pi r square by 2 pi epsilon naught r, and finally this will be rho r by 2 epsilon naught, rho r by 2 epsilon naught. So, okay, and finally if you want to calculate the resultant electric field after removal of the cylinder, then E solid cylinder, the complete solid cylinder, solid sphere minus E due to cylinder. So, and final answer will be rho r by 3 epsilon naught minus rho r by 2 epsilon naught. It will be finally rho r by 6 epsilon naught. This is the answer for electric field at that particular point A after removal of this cylindrical part from the sphere. Next question. Question number 14. 3 uncharged conducting large plates are placed. Just a minute. 3 uncharged conducting large plates are placed parallel to each other in uniform electric field. Find the induced charge density on each surface of each plate. And all are conducting charged plates only. Uncharged conducting plates. That means conducting plates only, but their total charge, individually the total charge of each plate will be 0. Whenever electric field is applied, what will happen? The positive and negative charges will be influenced. The positive charges will just displace in the direction of electric field, and negative charges will be displaced opposite to the electric field. In that particular case, so negative charges will come this side and positive charges will come this side for each plate. Okay, now, and finally, for each plate, you can write the electric field is nothing but due to one surface. Electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. And finally, they are asking us to calculate sigma only. Na? Sigma is nothing but electric field E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. But here sigma you have to calculate. Sigma is nothing but epsilon naught into E. For left side of each plate, it will be minus epsilon naught E. And right side of each plate, it will be plus epsilon naught E. So that is the answer for charge density in each plate and each side of the plate especially. Okay. Now, question number 15. Consider a cube of side A equal to 0.1 meter. Place it such that its 6 spaces are given by equations x equal 0, x equal to A, y equal 0, y equal to A, z equal 0, z equal to A, placed in electric field given by E equal to x square I cap plus y j cap Newton per Coulomb. Find the net electric flux crossing out of the cube in the unit of 10 power minus 4 Newton meter per Coulomb. So such similar question already we solved previously. So if I consider a cube here, okay, let me consider this is x-axis, this one is y-axis, this one is z-axis. And as in the previous case, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Any symbols you can put there. So the electric field given here is E equal to x square I cap plus y j cap Newton per Coulomb. And let me see the first surface, that is EFGH. For the surface EFGH, if I consider, see here what will happen. Area, any information given for area. Each side length is A given. So area in each case will be A square only. So in case of EFGH, so what is the direction of area? Along I cap. So if it is along x-axis, area in this particular case will be A square into I cap. Okay. If I just take the product here, if I just consider the product here, so by taking dot product here, it will be x square into A square. But for this particular surface, the position of x is 0 only, na? So finally, flux will be 0. And if I consider this surface ABCD, here also area is A square only, but of course minus in this case you can take the area along negative x direction. So now again, if you take the dot product between E bar and A bar, then it will be x square into minus A square. That means minus x square A square. But here x is given A. X value is given A here. So finally it will be A square into A square will be A power 4. So A power 4 in the sense 1 into 0.1 given, I think, for side length A. Side length A is given 0.1, so that it will be 0.1 whole power 4. It will be 10 power minus 4. So for these two surfaces, for one surface which is at x equal 0, for that the flux is 0 we calculated. And for the second surface along x-axis, it will be 10 power minus 4. In the same way, for other surface also you can calculate, which is in the direction along y-axis. Whose area is in y-axis? So one is GBCH and other is ABEF. So in these two cases, this was already at y equal 0. So this flux through this surface will become 0. In this case, the flux through this surface, so electric field is in y direction, it is y, and the area is a square. Y into a square will be, and y is of course a, that will be a cube. Through this particular surface, it will be a cube. A cube means, so through GHBC surface, it will be 10 power minus 3. Okay, and about the surfaces along z-axis, here in electric field intensity there is no z component, so that even the surfaces are taken along z-axis, in the dot product they become 0, and that means the flux is here only in two cases. One is in case of ABCD and other is in case of GHBC. In these two cases only there is some flux. Hence, the resultant flux, if you want to calculate, if you take the net flux will be the sum of these two values only. One is 10 power minus 4 and other is 10 power minus 3. So you can write here, totally the value will be 10 power minus 4. Just a minute. One is 10 power minus 4 and the other is 10 power minus 3. So you can write it as 10 power minus 4 plus 10 into 10 power minus 4. And finally it will be 11 into 10 power minus 4 Newton meter square by Coulomb. This is the total flux for the given question. And now, the last question. A system consists of a ball of radius r carrying a uniformly distributed charge q, small q given, and surrounding space filled with a charge of volume density rho equal to alpha by r, where alpha is constant and r is the distance from the center of the ball. Find the charge on the ball for which the magnitude of electric field strength outside the ball is constant. The dielectric constant of the ball and the surroundings may be taken equal to unity. That means everywhere it is given k equal to 1 only. So according to the question, here they considered a spherical ball of charge q and of course the radius r, and here there is some uniform charge density. This is q charge, and around that, if I consider any point r, around that there is some medium whose k value is 1 only. So in this medium also charge is distributed. How the charge is distributed in this particular medium? In this particular surrounding medium, the charge is distributed in such a way that density rho is nothing but alpha by r. That is the information given. And finally the electric field outside, here the electric field, whatever we can calculate here, that should be independent of q. For such condition, they are asking us to calculate what is the value of charge q. Okay, now what is the general formula for flux here? The general formula for flux is nothing but q by epsilon naught, total charge by epsilon naught. Flux means if this point should be taken only, so that this can be taken as Gaussian surface, then flux will be electric field intensity E into area. Area of that Gaussian surface will be 4 pi r square. This is equal to total charge they are asking us. This charge we know that q plus what is the charge in this particular space, that also you have to calculate separately. So to calculate the charge in this particular condition, you have to take charge is nothing but integral rho dV. Rho is equal to dq by dV, na? So the charge is integral rho dV. Integral, you have to calculate only from capital R to small r. Only this space you have to consider, into rho dV. Rho was given rho into dV. First I will write this by epsilon naught. This is the formula. And Q plus integral capital R to small r, and capital R here will be, sorry, rho is equal to R by alpha, I think. So rho is given alpha by R. And the volume, small element of volume they are asking. That is nothing but 4 pi R square dr. Totally by epsilon naught. Okay. Now, by calculating this, of course, smaller and smaller will get cancelled. 4 pi alpha will remain here, which is constant, and integral R dr you have to consider. And so that I will just calculate here the value, and again I will write here. So that is E into 4 pi R square is equal to Q plus 4 pi alpha is constant, and R dr remain there. R dr, integration for R dr is R square by 2, and if you substitute lower and upper limits, that will be R square minus R square, of course, by epsilon naught. This is the formula for E, and E will be, and finally E will be Q plus 4 pi alpha by 2 into R square minus capital R square by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Okay, now, and finally here the condition is this electric field intensity E should be independent of, it should be independent of R value. Independent of R value in the sense, in the answer there should not be any R value, small r value. So to calculate that, we can simply write here that, of course, two twos are here. So what is the numerator here? We have Q plus 2 pi alpha small r square minus 2 pi alpha capital R square by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. If Q and 2 pi minus 2 pi alpha R square are cancelled, then small r square and small r square will definitely be cancelled, and it is independent of R there. So that means for E to be independent of R, there is a condition that here you can understand that Q should be equal to 2 pi alpha R square. This is only the condition for E to be independent of R only, small r only. Then in this particular case, if Q is equal to 2 pi alpha into R square, and I think that is only the question. The question is, and finally you have to calculate the charge Q only, na? So finally the charge Q is equal to 2 pi alpha R square only. Okay, that is the answer for charge enclosed by that sphere. Okay.